So we kept coming up with new beers, and there was never the stop sign, especially at the brew pub, of doing a new beer. And first I'd have to say I was inspired by Bell's. Bell's always did a batch 500, batch 1000. Always did something very special for a landmark batch number. So we're like, okay, we got to do something special too. I couldn't think of what it was going to be because it had to be really special. Then I did a beer dinner with a bourbon producer, a guy named Booker No, who was at the time the master distiller at Beam, and so he had just done this talk as we were having dinner about aging, how the aging process was really what the bourbon was all about. It was all about the barrel. So I thought, boy, we could do that same thing with a beer. It just had to be the right beer. He even said, hey, can I get some barrels from you? So made a real big imperial stout, let it ferment out, put it in the bourbon barrel, and came up with a product that was really pretty unlike anything else. So brought it out to the Great American Beer Festival. Everybody loved it out there, and we got disqualified because we didn't fit in a category, and that, I think today is that's the goal, to make a beer that doesn't fit in a category. The more categories they have, the harder it is to get outside the categories, but if you can do that, that's where you're going to have a winner. It's not just about the beer. Part of the innovation is the drinking occasion. And beer for a long time was ball game, sports bar, beach, backyard, and you had your beer place, and then you had your cocktail place and your wine place. Well, the wine guys and the spirit guys were smart enough to start invading the beer drinking occasion, and the beer guys just keep battling it out. Wine's taking share from beer, so the beer guys are like, guess I got to compete harder against the other beer guy, rather than saying, well, let's go fight back against wine. And what we're trying to do with Matilda and the reserve beers is give the drinker a beer that's really made for cuisine, made for good food, and that wine occasion, the drinking beer with food occasion, and give them something that is new and different, make it look like it's right on the table. So we redesigned our packaging so it really fits on the table. And the nice thing for us is those people will support a much higher price point than the guy at the baseball game will. It's completely okay to go out there and see what other people are doing and then kind of redesign it, see if you can do it better.